Hi. I hope you did this Kahoot before you watched this video. This is just kind of a video in case you're confused of why any of the answers are the answers. Here we go. All right. How can White get checkmate with their next move? If you notice, all the answer choices start with a Q. Q means queen, and the queen is a little pointy-headed thing here. Okay. So red is saying that A goes here, captures this pawn. Nope. King takes queen. Okay. Blue, queen goes to g7. That does nothing. Queen goes to the h8 all the way to here. That would be checkmate because she's threatening the king over here. The king can't go anywhere. All right. How can White get checkmate with the next move? The answer. All right. First up, red is rc7. So R stands for rook. N stands for knight. So rook goes to here. That's what red's saying. That does nothing. Knight e6. E6 is here. That does nothing. So rc8 is here. That is threatening the king. The king can't go to either of these spaces because the knight is actually protecting him. Blue would be checkmate. Okay. So how can White get checkmate with the next move? Simply, alright, so rh8. So if you notice that there's two rooks, and the only one that can actually go to h8 would be this one, so that's that, and that is checkmate, because the king can't go in this column because this rook is here. How can White get checkmate in the next move? That would be... So it says rd2. rd2 means here. That's not check. That's actually check, but then the king can take it. Blue says queen d3. Queen d3 means here. That is check. It's a good check. The problem is the king can go either to e1 or c1. The answer is queen to g1, which means queen goes to here. And yes, that would threaten the king here. The king cannot go up to this the 2 row because the rook is in the way. Number 5. How can White get checkmate with their next move? The answer. All right. So the answer is e8 because queen to e8 is here. The king can't go here because the queen's here. The king can't go to either of these spaces because this king is here. And the king can go to this space because the queen is here. So the answer for this one turns into b5 because b5 means here. And that really chokes the king. Can't go here, can't go here. The king can't take the queen because this king is protecting the queen. How can White checkmate their next move? Let's see, f7 means here. That is check, but the king can go either of these squares to e1 or g1. Yellow, a2. a2 is here. That doesn't even put him in check. And finally f2. f2 means all the way to here. That would be checkmate because king can't go to either the e1 or e2, the g1 or g2 squares, and you cannot take the queen at f2 because the king at g3 is protecting the queen at f2. This is queen g5 because queen g5 means here, and that again is almost identical to other things we've done in the past where we're just smothering the king, can't move anywhere. This is b3 because queen to b3 is here. This pawn actually attacks / defends this square because pawns attack diagonally. So this pawn can attack d3 or b3. So if the queen goes to b3, this pawn is protecting the queen and the king cannot move anywhere. Alright, I like this one because it's red and yellow are pretty dang close. E2 is blue is definitely wrong. I mean, yeah, I think checkmate questions are like you want to get as close to the king as possible. Like this is not going to do it. Now, is it D7 or D8? Well, let's see why D8 is wrong. So D8 is here, okay, and the king can move here. Okay, so the king can move to F7 with red. So that's, I mean, with yellow. So that's just a check. Yellow's just check. Red is checkmate because if you go here, that the queen is also attacking F7, and so therefore, that's checkmate. The king has nowhere to go. All right, what is black's best move? Okay, so if you notice, this is about the king. So the earlier ones are white, right? So this one is black is going down. So black is going, so black started up here, white started down here, and now we have this. Okay, so what's the best move? Well, let's see. Well, red is actually the second move, all right? That's not the first thing you do. If you advance, what this means is the pawn here at B2 goes to B1 and becomes a queen. Okay, that would be bad because the knight would just take it. Boom, and that'd be a stalemate. Now, if the king goes to C2, that threatens this knight. The knight has to move, or the knight just gets captured. And if the knight moves anywhere, then the second move would be B1 equals Q, meaning you would then get to advance that pawn and make it into a queen, and then black will probably win the game. Yeah. Okay. White has checkmate in 2 moves. What is the first move? All right. So what do you have to do? All right. Well, let's see. What's really so? It's the first move for white. Now let's look. Let's look. Where is the king? The king is right here, and look at all this stuff. You see the rooks are attacking this column, and there's this knight here, and look what's behind the knight, the bishop. Okay, lots of interesting things are about to happen. What is the truth? Okay, so let's look at the first one. So red says knight captures F5, check. Okay, that's what this means. Knight captures F5 with a check. And so that means this knight goes here, captures this knight, and it's check because you're opening up the lane to this, and that would not be checkmate because this knight would be able to block that area. Okay? So that wouldn't really be checkmate yet. Where is it? Well, let's see. Let's see what that's actually the answer. Rook to G8. So if I go here, you go there. Yeah, okay, I see why. Alright, so here's why blue actually works. I'm trying to think, maybe red does too. I don't think it does. If you can figure it out, cool, but it turns into blue. I know blue works because if you go here, this takes this knight. This rook has to take it. Okay, so the rook is now here, and then the second move is this, is the knight to there, because check, the king can't go here because of this rook. The king can't go here because that rook's in the way. The king can't go here because this knight is here, and that's checkmate. I'd love to figure out why red doesn't work. I think you can do other stuff. So bang. Yeah. Well, yeah. So I think red would take about 3 or 4 moves for checkmate, but it's still good. But yeah, blue is cool. It's actually kind of a rook sacrifice. I like that. All right, well, that's this first one. Thank you for doing this. Again, please reach out to me and I'll help you if you like. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.